Have a good day. Today, we are going to see about the functional elements of instruments in the sensors and measurement subject. So, our unit number one is science of measurement. In this, we are going to see the topic now, functional elements of instruments or the functional elements of measurement system. Similar to the human system, in human system, there are five sense organs. Similar to the five sense organs, there are five functional elements in the measurement system. The five functional elements are primary sensing element, variable conversion element, variable manipulation element, data transmission element, and data presentation element. There is one more element, which is a data storage or the playback element, which is connected to the data presentation element. The output is received from the data transmission. The output of the data transmission element is given to this data storage element. Okay. Let us see from the primary sensing element. So by the name primary, it is the element which makes first contact. Is known as the primary sensing element. The elements which make first contact with the object to be sensed or to be measured is known as the primary sensing element. For example, the current carrying coil in an ammeter. So we are doing the experiments. In this experiment, we're doing from the breadboard, we are doing these connections. From the connection, we'll be measuring the output in an ammeter. So the coil which carries the between our circuit, the coil, the wire, the current carrying coil is the device which makes first contact. So that the current carrying coil is the primary sensing element in variable conversion element. So the real world is analog. Okay, for accuracy and resolution, uh, for we are choosing this digital. That analog to digital or AC to DC. So that will be carried out in this variable conversion element. The input may be a AC, so that the cycle may be DC means we need to do the remaining part of the circuit is DC means we need to convert the AC to DC converter. If the input is analog, the output is digital one means we need to convert the analog into digital converter. So AC to DC or analog to digital will be this conversion will be carried out in this variable conversion element. Then variable manipulation element. So the input received from this variable conversion element, the input to the the variable conversion element may not be produce the enough output to drive the next stage of this system, of this measurement system. So that we are we are manipulating. If you are using these filters, amplifiers becoming under this manipulation element. So variable manipulation element is the element which is used for the to amplify the signals or to which is capable to drive the output stage of the measurement system. The data transmission element. So the data transmission element is acting as an intermediate to the input and the output. It is the intermediate element, data transmission element, which receives the input from the variable manipulation element and gives the output to the data preparation element. So here the data transmission element has a intermediate element. So normally for the transmission, we'll be using the wires and cables. So if you are seeing this output in a CRO, that CRO cable probes are be coming under the category of data transmission element. So data can be presented using these output devices like storage devices in this data presentation element. For example, CRO, ECG, uh, PC, normal PC, and these are the data presentation. The element, the device which present the output of the system is known as the data presentation element. Then these data can be stored and retrieved whenever need. That can be, if necessary, we can use this data storage and playback element. The digital CRO, whereas the analog CRO cannot be able to store the output, whereas digital CRO can store the output. So this here for necessary to retrieve the data, we can use this data storage and playback element if necessary. So let us read. And This variable conversion element and the variable manipulation element is together called as the data conditioning element or the signal conditioning elements. So while converting this on some physical quantity into the electrical quantity, that will be using this 3 to 15 psi. So 3 to 15 psi or 4 to 20 milliamps. So if you are converting the present signal, the pressure signal for pressure into current, with the 3 to 15 psi will be but the 3 to 50 will be converted into the 4 to 20 milliamps. So this is called as the data conditioning element. So variable conversion and variable manipulation element is called as the data conditioning elements. And these elements are to be that if necessary, we can be using. Okay. So but for all circuits, there will be a primary sensing element, and if necessary, we have to use this variable conversion and variable manipulation element. And data transmission element will be acting as an intermediate element between the primary sensing element and the data presentation element. And data transmission element, it will be acting the probes and the wires will be acting as the data presentation elements. Whereas the data presentation element is the our CRO, PC, or the data presentation element. Thank you.